So continuing with the 2020 movie catch-up, I just watched Bad Education starring Hugh Jackman and Allison Janney. So basically this movie is about a public school fraud. Hugh Jackman is the principal of a very prestigious public school in Rhode Island, and Allison Janney is his co-pilot on the airplane, I guess. And together they both steal money from the school using the school's credit card. So that's the premise of the movie. The movie also stars Ray Romano, which I'm always happy to see Ray Romano. I'm a big fan of Everybody Loves Raymond. Deborah! Robert! No! That's my Ray Romano impression. It was probably terrible, but I don't care. This movie, I'm a little on the fence about. Because on the one hand, I think it's a very interesting character deconstruction. On the other hand, I feel like the story might be a little too thin to spread it over a whole movie. So the movie is basically like you're waiting for Hugh Jackman to get caught. So there's not much going on story-wise, but this movie is more of a character study. And I feel like that's what works the best in this movie. Hugh Jackman's character is super interesting, and people might be wondering, what is Hugh Jackman doing in this movie? He's like a top-tier movie star. He just got off playing the Wolverine, and he's like a song and dance guy. He like did Les Miserables, The Greatest Showman. This feels a little something outside of Hugh Jackman's wheelhouse, but I can understand what brought Hugh Jackman to this project. It's such an interesting character. His character likes the bougie lifestyle. He likes the fancy houses. He likes looking good. He puts cologne on every day. He likes that kind of lifestyle. That's what makes him feel comfortable. At the same time, he likes impacting young people's lives. He likes going to high school students and making them feel good and make them achieve the highest of their potential. But unfortunately, society doesn't value principles as much as they do Wall Street workers. And there's a part in this movie where he says, I could have very well been a Wall Street worker, but I chose to be a principal instead. So why should I be penalized for that decision? So that's the thing that I thought was interesting about this movie, was that whole character. Very interesting anti-hero, in my opinion. And you love Hugh Jackman in this movie because Hugh Jackman is so charismatic. I worked in a high school. Fuck, I'd be damned if I remembered all those kids' names. I don't remember their names. I fucking knew like maybe 12 students' names. I'm a dick. I remember some teachers as well. They would call the students by a number. Like, number 24, are you present? Yes. 28, yes. But Hugh Jackman has his heart in the right place. He wants what's best for these students. And you love him because he sticks by that code. If you're going in expecting like Allison Janney to like steal the show like she did in that figure skating movie. Fuck, what was it called? I can't remember the figure skating movie. Tonya, what was her name? Tony Bergman? Fuck it. But this isn't like a scene-stealing performance like in that movie. She's not much in this movie, I will say. This is more Hugh Jackman's show, and he does a good performance in this movie. Also, random, this is like, I have a pet peeve in film, and this movie avoids that pet peeve. I hate it when there's a homosexual character in a movie, and they always have that one scene where it's like, don't you understand? I'm gay! They don't make a big deal out of the fact that he's gay in this movie. He's like having multiple love affairs with guys, but you could have changed it to girls and made him a heterosexual character, and it wouldn't have changed the film. So it's progressive in that, right? So good on the film. Where the movie kind of has its flaws It's more when it comes to the pacing of the plot. There's a character in this movie who's a high schooler working for her high school newspaper. Basically, she's trying to crack what's going on in this school. And I thought she was a bit of a boring character. I've seen that girl in another movie, one of these coming-of-age movies, either I think it was Blockers, actually. Blockers or Booksmart or one of those kind of movies, but she was good in that. It's more her character that didn't fit in. It's Hugh Jackman's movie, so whenever Hugh Jackman's not on screen, it kind of feels like, okay, let's go back to Hugh Jackman now. It was an interesting movie. It's an interesting story. They show at the end of the movie how much the real people actually stole, and it came out to like fucking $5 million worth of taxpayers' money. The guy is a criminal, and he's a dick for doing that. In this movie, though, they make him such a lovable character, and you understand him, which is all you want in a fucking anti-hero. So, good on the movie for that. They had a really interesting idea with what to do with Hugh Jackman's character. Unfortunately, the movie around Hugh Jackman isn't that strong. It's more of a character study. So if you walk in expecting a character study more, I feel like this is the movie for you. If you're going in looking for like a solid narrative, this isn't quite the movie for that. So it's all a matter of what you want.
Frank's gonna fix this.